A very good afternoon to you. Welcome to the program. And today is a Monday, the 10th of October 2025. We'll go through the news of the day as well. And this is Good Afternoon, Ghana. We'll be discussing matters arising from RTI. Let's see how RTI has been beneficial to the country, Ghana. We'll get into the matters. And also, issues of the health sector is also coming up. The nurses held a meeting today. The health minister has also reviewed a couple of things regarding the nurses. The health minister assures nurses and midwives of salary arrears clearance by November. We'll get into it and also give you all the steps and the issues that the nurses have gone through for the past 3 months so far since the inception of this government. We'll get more into football as Ghana qualifies into the World Cup. Thank you to the Black Stars for making us proud once again. Let's see, we have some bragging rights there, but let's see how their performance will go at the World Cup, stage. For now, Harriet is with me, and she's bringing us all the breakdown of the stories that we have put together as a news team. Harry, you're welcome. Good morning.
Thank you very much. And it's not time for us to bring you the news updates. So yes, let's take a look at the headlines. Government secures clearance and commence migration of hundreds of unpaid junior doctors onto public payroll. Health Minister Kwabena Mintah Kando confirmed the prompt intervention was designed to resolve the recurring issue of newly engaged doctors working for months without remuneration. President John Mahama reaffirms Ghana's commitment to gender equality and the empowerment of women, saying that the country will continue to take deliberate steps to ensure women have equal opportunities in all sectors of national life. And also, Vice President Professor Nana Jino-Pokuagyemang announces government plans to introduce new legislation to ban illegal mining activities in water bodies and forest reserves. There's and many more coming up shortly. Welcome, and to our first story. The Minister of Health, Kwabena Mintah Kando, has announced that the government will clear all outstanding salary arrears owed to nurses and midwives by November. Now, speaking at a press conference amid growing agitation from nurses' unions across the country, the minister revealed that the Ministry of Finance has received cabinet approval to release funds for payment. According to Mr. Kando, about 7,000 nurses are currently receiving payments. That is, 3,000 are on payroll but yet to be paid, while an additional 3,500 are being processed, bringing the total of affected health workers to 13,500.
We inherited a situation where about 13,500 nurses and midwives had been recruited and posted without financial clearance. So we had two options as government. And so the first option was to allow all of them to go home whilst we look at how we can get money to call them back. And so if you remember, it was a topical issue when we took office that we were going to sack some health professionals. So some of the associations even reacted to this. And the second option was to allow them to continue to work whilst we look at how we can get money to pay them. And I'm talking about 13,500 nurses and midwives. So as government, we chose the latter. Out of the about 13,500, as I speak to you, about 7,000 out of the 13,500 are being paid. They are on the payroll and they are being paid. We had more than 17,000 rotational nurses, allied health professionals who also didn't have clearance as far as their rotation was concerned. And so we had to onboard them gradually, because you agree with me that we also have a country to govern. Ladies and gentlemen, as I speak to you now, that about 6,500, that will add up to the 7,000 already being paid, making 13,500. That allowance, that's over 6,000. Cabinet has approved. I mean, starting from November, the Minister for Finance must pay them. And I have in my hand the letter to that effect.
Now, government has also secured clearance and commenced migration of hundreds of paid junior doctors onto the public payroll. Health Minister Kwabena Mintah Akando confirmed
doctors threatening to go on strike. They have started work. The 13,500 nurses and midwives. There were pharmacists who had completed their housemanship as far back from 2023 to 2024 who had not been paid.
We will not relent. We will follow through to make sure the last nurse or midwife is going to be paid.
We wanted some clarification that is he going to pay us in full as to our arrears, and he was saying he didn't clarify it. So
Global Gateway Forum, she called on the EU and its partners to channel greater investment into Ghana's cocoa value chain. We're taking a quick break. Good afternoon, Ghana. I'll be back with more. Do stay.
Kwame and his uncle are almost here.
Wait a minute. This one too, your friend Kwame.
Wait, Kwame. As in the same Kwame again?
Yes, mommy.
I'm the second coming. Into all this tension just to reintroduce that broke boy from Kaswa.
Why would you deceive the family like this again?
Now I understand the whole delay. Troll from Kaswati. Why wouldn't he be late? Obey you later.
Of course.
Star 712 hash, star 712 hash. Yeah, you go be the luckiest. Coffee from Georgia be luckiest. From Latveria, cause she be luckiest. Yeah, you go be luckiest. No matter why you're luckiest. Everybody go be the luckiest.
That's Kwame!
Send your God up boom. If you put it toye, so would the coming of the Son of Man be. Is that his car?
Dial star 712 hash. Choose your ticket. Enter your lucky number. Follow the prompts and let destiny handle the rest.
This promotion is regulated by the NLA on the Caritas platform.
Hooray, Ghana! The Ministry of Transport and its agencies invite you to the Ghana Transport and Logistics Fair 2025. It's the first of its kind in Ghana. From 22nd to 24th October 2025, the World Trade Center Accra comes alive with cars, shape, train, logistics and plane dealers all in one place. Are you a modern car dealer? Do you sell electric vehicles? Then this fair is your platform to shine. Students and the general public will experience free electric car test drives, thrilling maritime showcases and even free helicopter rides. All 15 agencies under the Ministry of Transport, plus global car dealers, airlines, logistic giants and investors will be there with His Excellency John Dramani Mahama as our guest of honor. Register now at info.digitaligh.org 0244-613-246 or visit our website www.transportlogfair.org. The Ghana Transport and Logistics Fair 2025. Beyond movement, resetting Ghana's transport future.
In Ghana's evolving economy, staying informed isn't an option. Business never sleeps. Markets shift. Deals are made. Power moves happen. From the boardrooms to the marketplaces. From government policies to global market trends, we bring you the insights, the analysis, and the strategies that shape your money, your business, and your future. Join us every Tuesday and Thursday from 12 noon to 2 p.m. on Good Afternoon Ghana Business on Metro TV, your ultimate guide to Ghana's evolving business landscape.
Some loves are born in the blink of an eye.
I've been madly in love with her since the first time I saw her. Then let's get married today.
I'll be the happiest woman in the world by your side.
And they kill your soul in a flash. Televisa presents You Are the One. Angela dreams of keeping her promise to be a great doctor and help her people. To Alvaro, ambition is stronger than his dream. And this greed will lead him to commit the worst betrayal to the woman he loves.
I will have a husband no matter what.
Samantha, will you please marry me?
Turning all her dreams into painful disappointments and dangerous consequences.
I've been waiting for you to answer my calls, Alvaro. I haven't heard anything from you. I've sent you so many messages, but you've never responded.
Have you left the bus station?
I just want to pay my debt and get out of here.
Her photographs are going to sell fast, and she will be our gold mine. Our clients will love those.
Are you looking for a boyfriend? Are you all right?
You You Are the One, proudly sponsored by The Luckiest, Appointed Time Printing, Time Herbal Mixture, Samu Spices, Givers Herbal Center, Blue Jeans Energy Drink.
Welcome to Cook Africa, straight to the Ashanti region. Hey, well, talk about my boy. You go back there today. Even a few days ago, you were trending. You and this character went up.
Ginger, the boy nako. Or the ama spices, the ama salt. We bet my chance. Or the ama money. Money they call. Debbie, in Koshiache board. Welcome, go cake.
So my grandmother took care of me. Okay. So she actually taught me how to do this.
Anywhere you there, I go there. Hey. Ready.
In Ghana's evolving economy, staying informed isn't an option. Business never sleeps. Markets shift. Deals are made. Power moves happen. From the boardrooms to the marketplaces. From government policies to global market trends, we bring you the insights, the analysis, and the strategies that shape your money, your business, and your future. Join us every Tuesday and Thursday from 12 noon to 2 p.m. on Good Afternoon Ghana Business on Metro TV, your ultimate guide to Ghana's evolving business landscape.
Some loves are born in the blink of an eye.
I've been madly in love with her since the first time I saw her. Then let's get married today.
I'll be the happiest woman in the world by your side.
And they kill your soul in a flash. Televisa presents You Are the One. Angela dreams of keeping her promise to be a great doctor and help her people. To Alvaro, ambition is stronger than his dream. And this greed will lead him to commit the worst betrayal to the woman he loves.
I will have a husband no matter what.
Samantha, will you please marry me?
Turning all her dreams into painful disappointments and dangerous consequences.
I've been waiting for you to answer my calls, Alvaro. I haven't heard anything from you. I've sent you so many messages, but you've never responded.
Have you left the bus station?
I just want to pay my debt and get out of here.
Her photographs are going to sell fast and she will be our gold mine. Our clients will love those.
Are you looking for a boyfriend?
Are you all right?
You Are the One, proudly sponsored by The Luckiest, Appointed Time Printing, Time Herbal Mixture, Samu Spices, Givers Herbal Center, Blue Jeans Energy Drink.
Back in the day, tune in radio from morning, and you don't want to miss out because anybody who comes on is massive.
Back in the day on Metro TV, Mr. BKD anyway.
Back in the day, mentioning the place that you used to live, no, that meant that you were Dadaba.
Oh, how?
Because we are the ones who went to Saito.
I wasn't really a nightclub person.
No, I mean,
the only times I went to the nightclub, Kofi Dixon took me.
Yeah.
You have a Walkman by your side. Now that was your selector. The Walkman was your selector. So when you play the first song and you want to change the song,
You have to start cueing your next song through your headphone.
Hi, my name is Ivan Kwashiga. I'm the CEO of Farmhouse Productions. I'm a film director, producer. You are watching Back in the Days with Sammy B on Metro TV.
Massa, we a guy and yes, Sammy B a feature. This is Back in the Day. Keep watching.
Back in the Day is brought to you by Telecel Ghana.
In Ghana's evolving economy, staying informed isn't an option. Business never sleeps. Markets shift. Deals are made. Power moves happen. From the boardrooms to the marketplaces. From government policies to global market trends, we bring you the insights, the analysis, and the strategies that shape your money, your business, and your future. Join us every Tuesday and Thursday from 12 noon to 2 p.m. on Good Afternoon Ghana Business on Metro TV, your ultimate guide to Ghana's evolving business landscape.
When the day ends, the real stories begin. Michael Ado.
Updates with lawyers for former Finance Minister Ken Ofori-Atta.
Efua Ando. Sandra Ofosu. Ekuya Ababio. Dominic and Sopra.
We're bringing you the latest in the world of business.
Sharp, precise, compelling, unmissable, uncompromising. News Night. Tonight at 7 p.m. Only on Metro TV.
Some loves are born in the blink of an eye.
I've been madly in love with her since the first time I saw her. Then let's get married today.
I'll be the happiest woman in the world by your side.
And they kill your soul in a flash. Televisa presents You Are the One. Angela dreams of keeping her promise to be a great doctor and help her people. To Alvaro, ambition is stronger than his dream. And this greed will lead him to commit the worst betrayal to the woman he loves.
I will have a husband no matter what.
Samantha, will you please marry me?
Turning all her dreams into painful disappointments and dangerous consequences.
I've been waiting for you to answer my calls, Alvaro. I haven't heard anything from you. I've sent you so many messages, but you've never responded.
Have you left the bus station?
I just want to pay my debt and get out of here.
Her photographs are going to sell fast and she will be our gold mine. Our clients will love those.
Are you looking for a boyfriend?
Are you all right?
You Are the One, proudly sponsored by The Luckiest, Appointed Time Printing, Time Herbal Mixture, Samu Spices, Givers Herbal Center, Blue Jeans Energy Drink.
I'm a
All right, you're welcome back to Good Afternoon Ghana. Apologies for the sudden break in the transmission when Harriet Zadi was, in the process of casting the stories. We apologize for it. But we continue with the Good Afternoon Ghana as we are going to, continue with interviews and go into the details of the matters on the table. Today, I've told you that we'll focus on RTI, the Right to Information Act, and then we'll also get into the area of the health sector. The health ministry had said something regarding the payment of salaries for nurses. We'll give you the details of that after that interview. And then later on, will land on the Black Stars, who have made us proud once again, making it to the World Cup tournament. Kaninja will join us as usual in the studio here, and will unpack exactly the success that happened yesterday with Comoros. It was just one goal. I mean, why? Why one? After 5 goals, we should be getting to 2, 3, 4 and things like that. But, the Black Stars, they do what they like, so you can only, pardon them. But, so the guest we're having today with us is Stephen Owusu Esquire. He is the General Manager, Legal Department, Right to Information Commission. And he has joined us, done the privileges to join us here on set. Thank you so much for your time. Good afternoon to you.
Good afternoon.
When I was talking about the Black Stars, did you watch the match yesterday?
I didn't watch. I was on my way to Accra from Kumasi. So I was only privy to listen to the commentary.
Okay, you listened to the commentary?
Yes.
It's okay. It's okay. How was the commentary?
Oh, it was good.
Was it professional?
Good. It was.
Was it English or Chi?
I was listening to English.
Oh my goodness, I don't even know where I'm going to.
But I speak Chi, so.
No, but the next time I'll be listening to commentary on radio. I'll listen to the Akan one. Because I've seen some videos say, hey! I'll listen. I just want to have a feel of how it goes, when you're listening to it on radio. But the success, how do you feel about it? We're going to World Cup.
Yes, that is the most important thing.
That we should go.
Yeah, you were complaining about the number of goals.
Yeah.
Yes, but we needed even a draw.
Even a draw is fine.
Yeah, to qualify.
One was.
For me, one was okay. We could have done better.
Yeah.
We are there. That's the most important.
The Comoros. The last time we met them and they scored us, I was not. I was confused, and I was wondering what kind of football team they have. I'm not a football person, but is it to say that they are a strong force to reckon with?
Now every country plays. Unlike what used to pertain in the past. Okay? I don't think there's any football nation now.
Yeah.
Everybody plays well.
Can't claim.
Mm.
Okay, you're welcome once again.
Thank
okay,
you very
let's go
much.
straight into the issue, and it's about Right to Information Bill. The Right to Information Bill or law. Sorry, I'm saying bill, but it's law now. So it refers to the Right to Information Act 2019, Act 989 of Ghana, which grants every citizen the constitutional right to access information held by public institutions. Its purpose to promote transparency and accountability by empowering the public to ensure, to request and receive information on the public sector affairs and governance. So to apply the information, individuals also typically need to fill out a form and provide a copy of ID cards, then submit to relevant institutions where they're seeking the information from. Right. So let me just get you into it now. Okay. Just an introduction, but we're looking at how far Ghana has fared as far as the RTI is concerned. We always say RTI is Right to Information Act, right? Or Right to Information. So tell us exactly how we have fared as a country, as I said, how we have fared in the usage of the law.
Okay, so I believe we haven't fared badly since the passage of the law. Since we started implementing the law from 2020, we have seen improvement in the way people use the law to access information from various public institutions. We've been reporting this progress in our annual reports. So if you get hold of our annual reports, you see improvement in the way public institutions are responding to applications for information and in the way people are using the law to access information. So all in all, I would say that yes, there's room for improvement. It is still a fairly new law, but we haven't fared badly since we started implementing from 2020.
When you say we haven't fared badly, what exactly are you talking about?
What I mean is that more and more people are getting to know and understand the law. And knowing and understanding the law also means that they are coming to terms with their right of access to information, and more people are using the law to request for information. On the side of the public institutions, comparing what we are witnessing now to what we started witnessing from 2020 when the law came into effect, more and more public institutions are beginning to appreciate their obligations under the law to give out information to people who come to request, provided the information requested is not exempt. So that is what I mean by we have not fared badly. But of course, as I said, there's room for improvement.
Let's look at the room for improvement. It means that people may have tried it and maybe are unsuccessful, or people are not using it to maybe the required expectancy you have. I'm not sure what you can tell me in that area.
Okay, so we do monitoring of compliance as a commission. We go to public institutions to monitor compliance with obligations under the law. And we are still having challenges with some institutions that are not putting in place the right structures to position them to give out information to applicants who come to ask. So yes, that is one bit of it. And we receive complaints from applicants who do not exhaust the procedure under the law, which also means that they do not fully understand the law yet.
I hope that the procedure is not so cumbersome.
Not
where
at
we are
all.
saying, oh, there's right to information, so you can apply and you get the information, but
Not at all. It's not cumbersome. It's not cumbersome. I heard you read the fact that an applicant needs to fill out a form. Yes, indeed. We, and when I say we, I'm talking about the commission. We came out with that form as a way to simplify the process of applying for information. But that said, nobody needs to specifically fill out that form alone to be able to access information. You only need to write to whatever public institution you require information from. And when you write, the public institution, by the law, has 14 days within which to respond to your application and serve a notice on you as to whether you are entitled to the information or not. If the public institution says you are not entitled to the information, they need to give a reason why you are not entitled. They may say, yeah, you are only entitled to half or part of the information. Okay. They need to give out a reason why you are not entitled to the other part of the information. You see, when you get these responses from the public institution and you are not satisfied, the law requires that you trigger an internal review with the head of the institution. So the initial responses are supposed to be given by an officer called the information officer.
Yeah.
Okay, so every public institution is mandated to have an information officer. When the information officer's decision does not satisfy an applicant, that is when the applicant has to trigger the internal review with the head of the institution. The head of the institution has 15 days within which to give a decision. If the decision still does not satisfy the applicant, or if the head of the institution does not respond at all, the law says the applicant should come to the Right to Information Commission. And then we are there to assist the applicant get the information, provided the information is not exempt from disclosure. So it's a very simple process, even for those who cannot read and write, and so who cannot submit written application.
Yeah.
The law says they can walk to the public institution, ask to speak to the information officer, tell the information officer the information they want. It is the duty of the information officer to listen and reduce the oral application into writing, then read it over to the applicant and explain to the applicant in the language the applicant understands. But there must be a witness who will then certify on the face of the oral application as reduced into writing that, yes, indeed, I was there when the oral application was taken down in writing and explained to the applicant. And the applicant appeared to have understood before other signing or thumbprinting. This is what we call jurat in law. So the doors are not shut to anybody.
on anyone.
Yeah, so it's a very simple process to apply for information.
If anyone, for example, myself, you would think that, oh, I can speak English, but I come and I say, I want to tell you, so you put it in writing for me.
Yes.
Is that also allowed?
Yes.
It's not just people who have language barriers.
Not at all. Not at all. I can walk to any public institution and tell them I want to request for information. Okay. But I haven't come with any written application. Okay, it is not in the place of the public institution.
So the process actually starts from the public institution.
Yes.
Not the commission.
No.
So it starts from the public institution. Yes. I'm seeking information on this and that and that. So the head of information would have to give you.
Yes, the information officer will have to respond to the application. So assuming it is an oral application you have submitted, it is in writing. In the written application, you must indicate the information you are looking for. You must attach proof of identity. So let's say your Ghana card. And then you must also indicate the manner of access you want to be giving the information in, whether in photocopy, whether in a scanned form, whether you want to be invited to come and do an inspection for yourself. Okay, so this is a very simple process. And if it is an oral application, as I have said, you only walk there and then speak to the information officer. And it is the duty of the information officer to listen to you, then take down your application in writing.
Now let's look at the difficulties some of the public sectors have been creating for you. Is it a matter of just not having the right systems in place, or is just a challenge of the usual and normal bureaucracy we face in the public sector?
I'm happy you mentioned bureaucracy. It is always a challenge. Always a challenge. And that militates basically against the timelines under the law. Because per the law, as I did indicate, when you make an application to the public institution acting through the information officer has 14 days within which to respond. And in the event that the public institution feels that the 14 days is not enough, the head of the institution the right to extend the time by just 7 days. So making it a total of 21 days. Okay. But what we've been witnessing is that due to the bureaucracy, the red tapes, okay, when applicants submit application for information, or even when the commission writes to public institutions, you realize that the letters do not get to the addressees on time. At times, the commission goes ahead to take a decision only for public institutions to come complaining that we are sorry, but the letter did not reach the head of the institution on time. So the bureaucracies are there. And then aside that, a lot of public institutions, in spite of the massive sensitization we have rolled out since 2020, a lot of the public institutions are still not appointing information officers, setting up information units, because that is what the law requires.
Yeah.
That every public institution must have an information unit headed by an information officer. Okay?
Yes, but the law saw this gap before it came into being or into form.
Yes.
So what exactly are we doing?
So, you see, when the law talks about...
Because if a public institution doesn't have the information desk, who then... Does the law, states who can do what if there's no information?
Okay.
Because let's not make the law white elephant just because of these nuances within the public sector.
Yeah, we are the Right Information Commission are intent on living up to our mandate. Okay, so it's not an excuse for you to say that we have not been able to create an information unit. Right, we have been telling them, we've been sensitizing public institutions. We've been going to institutions to sensitize management and that we avail ourselves.
Yeah.
We've told the whole of the 16 regions in Ghana, holding public fora to which we invite a cross-section of the public, explaining the law to them.
And you tell them to set up information desks in their units, in their departments.
Information unit, that is the language of the law. So we've been explaining to them, we don't expect anything much, okay? We just expect equipment suited to processing applications and giving out information. A photocopier, a scanner, a printer. This is what we need. Then there must be an information officer. And then when I talk about an information officer, the law defines an information officer also to include a designated information officer. Yeah. So what it means is that even if the public institution has not specially trained somebody as an information officer, the law says that any existing officer within the institution can be given that added responsibility to man the information unit. Okay? So it is never an excuse for a public institution to say that they are yet to recruit and train an information officer. You can designate any existing officer as an information officer to take applications and respond to the applications on behalf of the public institution. So it's never an excuse at all. And as I said, it's an ongoing exercise to sensitize public institutions. There are some institutions we visited more than once.
And they still have no information unit.
For most of them, they let us understand what their difficulties are, and we try to help them overcome those difficulties. We do monitoring, as I said.
What are some of the difficulties?
Yes, the difficulty one at times is space. Space. And most public institutions have, as we said, information desks already. So they confuse the two. They confuse the two. The Information Services Department, it has officers in almost all the assemblies. Mm-hmm. Okay, so when you go and you tell the assembly, you need to create an information unit, they become confused. Okay, so you go again, and what they present is that same information desk, okay, manned by the ISD officer, the Information Services Department officer. And we have to let them understand that, no, this is a new law that requires that you create a special office fitted with this equipment to assist in giving out information. That is different from the work of the ISD officer.
Okay, but is this information unit specifically for RTI work?
Exactly.
Specifically.
So
what if the person sits there for about 1 month and nobody has applied or nobody has requested
that is why the law gives room for you to designate an officer as an information officer. As I said, the law defines an information officer to include a designated information officer. So that if you haven't recruited and trained somebody as an information officer, you can so designate any of the existing officers as an information officer to receive what institution, then take steps to gather the information the person is requesting, then answer the application on behalf of the institution. So I believe in the intentions of the framers of the law, this arrangement was to cater for the concern you have raised, where an information officer may sit for a whole month without any application coming in. The person may be dormant. So then you can then designate any of the existing officers to receive an application and then take steps to respond to the application.
So it means that it's not necessarily seeing an individual sitting at a desk for the longest. Designate someone who must be responsible for that, so that we know that for the information unit, which is different from your information department, this is maybe Annie Ampofo is in charge of that information unit.
Exactly.
It's as simple as that.
It's as simple as that.
So what makes it difficult for these? You said you've been doing monitoring.
Yes.
What makes it difficult for these?
As I've said, some do not get
They are talking about space and what again?
Yes, space, the logistics.
It still doesn't make sense.
It will never make sense. The logistics.
Yes, because
realistically,
information department people, they are still there.
Yes.
They have somewhere to sit.
We visited several public institutions, particularly the assemblies. Okay? And you go to find the existing officers and their working conditions. And so when they complain about the lack of equipment for a newly appointed information officer to work with, you will not argue with them. You will not argue with them. Because you see the conditions of the existing officers, and you appreciate why it is a challenge for them to get computers, for them to get printers, for them to get photocopiers, specifically for an information unit. So that is a key challenge we've identified. But as I say, through the monitoring, when we realize that we've educated you, the following year we come to monitor and you still have not corrected what we drew your attention to, we do a follow-up. Mm-hmm. Okay? And then we avail ourselves in any way possible to assist you overcome whatever challenges you may have.
Do you give them time frames within which they should be working?
Yes.
Once I direct you to do ABCD, I mean, do you have powers over the public institution as much when it
Yes.
comes to directing them to do A or B?
Yes, under the Right to Information Act, we are empowered to impose administrative penalties.
Sanctions.
Yes, and we've been doing that. We've been doing that a lot.
What's the nature of these penalties?
Well, it comes in monetary form.
Okay.
Okay, and we are in court trying to recover some of the administrative penalties imposed on some public institutions. Many other institutions also.
What's the
step
estimation of what's in court?
forward. Oh, we have a number. Even today, we had 6 cases in court. 6 cases.
Only today?
Yes, only today.
With which institutions?
Today, I think we were in court against Kolebu. We were in court against 37. We were in court against Lejokuku. Yes, and then 3 other institutions. I think Urban Roads also. And tomorrow we have some more cases.
Is Rage part? Just checking. Because 137 and Kolebu makes it.
Rage, we've already dealt with Rage.
They went to court, right?
Yes, but for them it was an administrative penalty we imposed for not responding to an application they received. And so the applicant ended up at the commission, and we did our correspondence, and we realized that there was a default on their part. So we wrote a decision against them, imposed an administrative penalty, and then we did some follow-up correspondence, including demand notices. And, they are represented by the Attorney General. So per the State Proceedings Act, Act 555, 1988, we had to put the Attorney General on notice of our intention to press legal action against Rage Hospital. We did all that, and we ended up in court. They stepped forward for us to settle out of court. So we're able to settle that.
Use an ADR.
Yes, we use the Act mandates the Commission to resolve complaints we receive through ADR. So there are 2 main ways we've been resolving the complaints we receive from dissatisfied applicants. Okay, so from the initial correspondence we have with institutions, with public institutions, if the complaint is amenable to resolution through ADR, particularly through mediation, which is what we have been using for now, we do that. At times we meet both sides, either separately, what we call in law as caucusing, or we meet them together. And it's actually fast resolving complaints that way. At times,
using the mediation.
Yes.
Oh, fantastic.
Yes. At times, some institutions take entrenched positions, and so the Commission is mandated to write determinations. So we do that. When you go on our website, you'll find a lot of published decisions. We write decisions just like a court will do, imposing administrative penalties if need be. And beyond that, we also order for you to give out the information where we have determined that the requested information is not exempt from disclosure. Okay. And so for Rage, it went on that tangent. We wrote a decision against them, then ended up in court after going through all the legal processes. And they stepped forward for us to settle out of court, and we did it.
And did it satisfy you? Is it just about settling?
No, the information was given. The information, in most of the cases, our primary focus is to get the applicant the information requested. Because right of access to information is a constitutional right. Mm-hmm. It's one of the fundamental human rights enshrined under the Constitution, under Chapter 5. When you go under Article 21 clause 1F, it is created there. So when you deny an applicant access to information, you have infringed on their fundamental human rights. So when we resolve such complaints, our main aim is to make sure that the applicant gets the information.
When it comes to the health sector, and I'm just getting deeper and deeper, even though I'm running out of time. However, when it comes to the health sector, what are the natures of requests that applicants normally do ask for?
It will be very difficult to answer this question because in as much as a requested information, a piece of requested information is not exempt. It has to be given. So anybody can ask any information at all. It is for the health facility to say that for this information, per the right information, it is exempt, and so we cannot give you this information. Well, yes, we've had HEFRA, for instance. We've had 2 complaints against HEFRA. I think the first one was in 2022. Somebody applied to HEFRA for a list of all health facilities we have in Ghana, then those with certain equipment identified in, and then those whose licenses have expired and all that. Okay, this was an application sent to HEFRA. So that is an example of the nature of application that normally goes to the health sector. And I think we've had for 37. It was also an application about ultrascan, yes, something like that, if my memory serves me right. So, but nobody can place a finger on what anybody can ask, because you can ask for any information, provided it's not exempt. Okay. Even if it is exempt, it is a public institution, the health facility, for instance, that should tell you that it is exempt. And the fact that they say it is exempt doesn't end the matter. If you are dissatisfied, you come to the commission, then we will determine whether we agree
what has been provided or not. That's where you come in.
Yes. And then
you are not providing any information. You're only coming in to put a backing on the applicant.
On the applicant.
Right.
Okay, but we are also, that aside, we are also a public institution. Like Rage Hospital, we are also a public institution. So we also have our information unit headed by an information officer. In fact, we have 2 information officers manning our information unit. So aside our regulatory duties, we also receive applications as any other public institution. And then we have to go by what the law says. Act within the 14 days, give out the information where our information officers think that the information requested is not exempt. If it is exempt, they will communicate to the applicant. So we are also a public institution, and we receive applications just as any public institution receives application. Aside that, we also perform our regulatory functions as a commission.
When an information is received, can it, do public sectors or institutions that are having the requests, can they give the information out directly to the applicant, or they have to come through you before they give it to
Not at all.
Which is which?
Not at all. The application goes to the public institution. So it is the duty of the public institution under the Act to respond to the application and give out the information where the information is not exempt. It will only come to the commission through the applicant, where the applicant is dissatisfied with a response given by the public institution. And even when we come in, we eventually decide that this information requested is not exempt, and so must be given. We hardly take the information from the public institution and give to the applicant. We rather order the public institution to give the information to the applicant. Normally, that is what we do. In very rare instances, would we take the information and give to the applicant. We hardly do that.
All right. So the reason why we had to, bring the right information in our discussion today was that we're marking 5 years. I won't say they are. We are marking 5 years of the existence of the act coming into law for us to actually use in practice. I've had quite some, information from you. I think some of the provisions are that it has provisional guideline for manual. We have information for president or vice president. We have information relating to cabinet.
Those are the exempt classes of information.
Exempt classes of information.
Yes.
Let me read the one for the president. Okay. Information. So the exempt ones, yes, exempt information is there. Information is exempt from disclosure where the information A is prepared for submission or has been submitted to the president or vice president for consideration, or B contains matters the disclosure of which would reveal information concerning opinion, advice, deliberation, recommendation, minutes, or consultation made or given to the president or vice president, and is likely to undermine the deliberative process on the part of the president or the vice president, or to prejudice national security or prejudice national security. Information which contains factual or statistical data is not exempt information. What does that mean? Information which contains factual or statistical data is not exempt from information. So yesterday, I was watching a program where somebody was asking, where are the hotspots of Galamsey?
Okay.
We still don't, well, we abandon areas around about, and we can say, oh, Easy region, oh, Ashanti region, but that's not factual. So if we say that we want factual information, we can request that, can you give us a list of hotspots where Galamsey is taking place? Something like that.
Yes, you can.
That is not exempt. That's statistical or factual.
Let me put it in context. So the exempt classes of information are spelled out from under sections 5 to 16 of the Right to Information Act. And they are exempt because for those classes of information, the law says that they cannot be disclosed to any applicant. And what you read is the first class of exempt information. Information prepared for the consideration, for the deliberation, advice of the president or the vice president. Or even when you go under section 6, cabinet also, I can put all three together. Provided that disclosing such information, one, can prejudice whatever deliberation may be going on or can prejudice national security. Okay. So let me give an example. Assuming Metro TV, is a public institution, and you receive a letter from the chief of staff. The head of Metro TV receives a letter from chief of staff saying that, I want you to come for a meeting on this day. When you are coming, I want you to come with this information.
You said the exempts, the exempts are from
5 to 16.
Okay.
Sections 5 to 16. What you read is the first part.
Yeah.
Okay. So, assuming Metro TV receives, and we are using Metro TV as an example, as a public institution, as an example, receives a letter from the chief of staff inviting the head of Metro TV for a meeting at the presidency. And the letter says, when you are coming, come along with information regarding the number of staff. Okay. Then the gender distribution of the staff. Now, you see, this is information prepared. So the head of Metro TV prepares this information for the meeting with the president.
Yeah.
Okay. Under normal circumstance, if I issue requests for such information from Metro TV, under normal circumstance, it shouldn't be given. Because the law says, Section 5 says that information prepared for the president or the vice president, it's exempt, where disclosing such information has the potential to prejudice whatever deliberation may be going on or prejudice the security of the state. But then the two, I want to give an example of the two. The two says, Section 5.2 says that such information, even if prepared for the consideration, advice, or deliberation of the president or vice president or cabinet, it is not exempt from disclosure. If somebody requests for it, it should be given, provided it is factual or statistical. So let's look at the nature of information requested by the presidency from the head of Metro TV. Information regarding the number of staff. That is statistical. If there are 100 workers here, it's a fact. It's also statistical.
Yeah.
If 50 of them
so there's
are
nothing
males,
secret about
yes. But under normal circumstance, excluding statistical or factual information, provided the information prepared for the president or the vice president or cabinet, when disclosed, can prejudice whatever deliberation they may want to use the information for, or when disclosed, can prejudice the security of the state, then that information is exempt from disclosure. If anybody requests for such information, it cannot be given. So you remember the incident that happened at Ejra involving one Kaka?
Kaka.
Yes. I heard on radio the lawyer for the family saying that they were going under the right to information. Now, that was after the commission had issued its report. The Minister for the Interior thanked the commission for its work and then submitted the report to cabinet. The family felt that it was dragging. So I heard the lawyer say that they would go under the Right to Information Act and request for a
the
copy
report.
of the report. Okay, at that point, we could say that information couldn't be given. You know why? It was information submitted to cabinet, let's say to the president or even to the vice president, for deliberation, for consideration. Okay, when there's a report of a commission of inquiry submitted, we only know that deliberation regarding that report has concluded when the government issues a white paper. Okay? So in the absence of a white paper from the president or from the government, okay, we could safely say that deliberation was still ongoing. So at that point in time, that information was exempt from disclosure.
Until the white paper would have
Yes.
been, but the white paper was never disclosed, was
No,
it?
so in as much as there hasn't been a white paper issued, it can always go under this section. It has been submitted to cabinet or to the president or to the vice president. Okay, when you release it, would the disclosure undermine whatever deliberation or consideration going on? If the answer is yes, then it shouldn't be given per this provision. And once the white paper is not out, it means that deliberation is still ongoing.
The issues like the president's travels,
Yes.
which was also very debatable in Parliament.
Yes, it came to us.
It did.
It did.
Wow.
Yes.
Oh,
it came to the commission. You can go on our website. You have the decision uploaded there.
Okay.
Okay, it was a very short decision we wrote. I think about 19 pages or so.
The commission agreed that it can't be disclosed.
Yes.
But that fell under factual and statistics.
You go into
and read the 19 page.
Yes. Okay, and you'll find the reason why we felt it shouldn't go out.
This is my lawyer.
See, I've been explaining to people. No, the basis for the right to information is the Constitution. As I said, okay,
Definitely.
Chapter 5 deals with fundamental human rights and freedoms. Article 21, Clause 1F, which creates right to information, is under Chapter 5. Now, Chapter 5 of the Constitution begins with Article 12. When you go under Article 12, Clause 2, do you know what it says? It says that, you see, these fundamental human rights and freedoms created under this chapter, okay, shall be enjoyed by all persons, okay, except where enjoying such rights, okay, can militate against another person's right or the public interest. Okay, so when we are enforcing this right of access to information as a commission,
Is that chapter 5 what?
Chapter 5 of the Constitution.
Okay.
It begins with Article 12. The whole
Article
of Chapter
12.
5 deals with fundamental human rights
Fundamental
and freedoms.
Okay.
And then you can check the Article 12, Clause 2.
Every person in Ghana,
Yes.
whatever his race, place, or origin, political opinion, color, religion, creed, or gender, shall be entitled to the fundamental human rights and freedom of the individual contained in this chapter, but subject to respect of the rights of the freedoms, rights and freedoms of others, and for the public interest.
Yes, subject. So I'm
But
entitled
a
to.
president that's actually on my public purse still has some human rights.
Yes,
to
the
it.
point
In
I'm
terms of
making
what?
is the point I'm making is that yes, right to information is one of the fundamental human rights. According to Article 12, Clause 2, okay, I'm entitled to enjoy that right, okay, but subject to another person's right, and then subject to the public interest. So the point I'm making, in answer to why the commission agreed that information regarding the president's travel shouldn't go out, that we take into account. Well, this is one of.
But
the
it was not
fundamental
necessarily
human
the present travel; it was the cost.
Yes. No, I just said present travel just so that people can. It was the cost, and not only the cost. Okay, that's what people don't know. Okay, it was the cost and other pieces of information, even including the itinerary.
Okay, itinerary I can understand,
Okay.
but cost.
That is why I'm saying get hold of the
The
decision.
19-page decision.
Yes. It was
My
the
time is
reason, the reason decision.
But you see, but there's a very interesting one
Yes.
as one of the exempts. Yeah.
Okay. Bring it up.
It's economic and other interests.
Yes, that is Section 10.
Yes.
We juxtapose that with Section 11, which is economic information of third parties. Okay, So when you go through the whole of the section 10, we are talking about the economic and other interests of the state. Okay, so you can read and you realize that with all the sections will have of the state, of the public institution, of the state, of the state, of the state. So when we are talking about financial information, okay, of the state, okay, it is exempt. Okay, it's exempt. As against the 11 which deals with the economic information of individuals and individual institutions. That is also exempt.
My time is up.
Yes.
But I would have probed some further. Because economy there.
Because
it's section 10.
We need a full.
I'm telling you.
And
most of you should also spend some time and read the act. It will help you so that you are informed. You don't go wasting your time 17 days, 15 days, and then you see that it's cost 90 because you don't know the exams really. So the information, they said the exams is from 5 to 16. So
but then 17, you see, people have raised issues regarding how extensive exemptions are. And so, for instance, we've had deliberations with the Indian Right to Information Commission, okay? The Information Commission of India, and their concern is that yes, we have a good law, but it seems the law gives with one hand and takes with the other because the exemptions are too many, okay? And our position has been that it's because they have not averted their attention to Section 17. You take your time, read Section 17, which comes immediately after the exemptions, and you realize that Section 17 undercuts all the exemptions. Section 17 talks about disclosure for the protection of the public interest.
Okay, so despite a provision of this act on information exempt from disclosure, information is not exempt from disclosure if the disclosure of the information reveals evidence of A, contravention or a failure to comply with the law, B, an imminent and serious threat to public safety, public health or morals, the prevention of disorder or crime, or the protection of the rights or freedom of others, C, miscarriage of justice, D, an abuse of authority or neglect in the performance of an official function, or E, any other matter of public interest, which is why I think that your what's it called?
Our decision.
Your 19-page.
You have even read it.
Agreement. I'll read it, and then I'll call you back into the.
You read it and call me for us to. No, but let me explain this, okay? For those who think that the exemptions are too many, what Section 17 says is that in spite of all the exemptions, okay, if an applicant is able to prove that although a requested piece of information falls under any of the exemptions, but the disclosure, okay, is to, let's say, review a contravention of an enactment, okay, if an applicant is able to establish any of those conditions, then in spite of the fact that it is exempt, the law says that it should be disclosed.
Okay.
Because it is for the protection of the public interest.
Okay.
So I've been telling people that if you claim that the exemptions are too many, it's because you don't understand the effect of Section 17. You get a point.
All right. So happy birthday.
Thanks, Annie.
To all of us. We're 5 years old with the use of RTI. I think that we will do a more extensive one with you as and when we have some time so that we can go through.
Yeah, but next week, Thursday, which is 23rd, we are having a stakeholder engagement, and we are expecting the president to be in attendance. I believe Metro TV should have received a letter of invitation by now. We are inviting key stakeholders in the implementation of the law for us to take stock.
Please, for the purposes of confirmation, send us another, maybe a digital one, that we can, just in case we don't know where the paper one is.
Okay, we will. And then 26th will be a Thanksgiving for us to thank God for how far He has brought us in the 5 years of
operation.
Yes, implementing the Right to Information Act. And then you see the commission came into existence 19th October 2020. So technically speaking, this coming Sunday will mark exactly 5 years.
Exactly 5 years.
Okay, that's why we are celebrating the 5
19th
years.
October.
October 2020. Okay, that's why we are marking the 5 years. Okay, so aside that, we are also doing series of media engagements which is something we do every year, because every year we have Right to Information Month.
Yeah.
Okay, and during the Right to Information Month, we go to the various stations, TV stations, radio stations, even churches, mosques, to sensitize people, talk to people.
Okay.
And this exercise is part of that.
Okay. We will get it. The program where the president is coming is when?
It's on 23rd.
23rd of October, your office, the commission.
Yes. Of October. No, we are having it at the Movenpick.
Movenpick, rather. Okay.
I think, Movenpick, Ambassador
All right.
Hotel.
Stephen Owusu Esquire. He's General Manager, Legal Department, Right to Information Commission. I'm grateful that you made time with us.
Thank you very much. And then just to sign off, our doors are open. We are accessible. You can visit us on Facebook, Instagram, X, YouTube on RTIC Ghana. RTIC Ghana. That is on Facebook, Instagram, X, YouTube.
Okay. Do you have any short code?
RTIC.
You don't have any short code? I mean,
no. For people to get in touch.
Yeah.
Not yet. But you can also visit our website on www.rtic.gov.gh.
rtic.gov.gh. Okay.
Our LinkedIn page is also active. It's Right to Information Commission, just spelled together. Okay. And we are there.
Thank you. I thank you very much for making time with us here on Good Afternoon Ghana. Like I said, I will make it time again to get into the act itself. Stephen Owusu Esquire is General Manager for the Legal Department Right to Information Commission. Let's give you a video as he signs off. We'll give you a video from the Health Minister. We have something to do with the health and the nurses and all health personnel.
I want to use this opportunity to brief all of you on some of the difficult challenges we inherited as government, and not to lament or complain, but to tell you what we have done about those challenges. I know that the public interest in the issues of health is very high, rightly so, because it is very essential for our survival. Ladies and gentlemen, in January 2025, when we took office as government, in the Ministry of Health, we inherited a situation where about 13,500 nurses and midwives had been recruited and posted without financial clearance, without any provision to pay them. In fact, the financial clearance with respect to the 13,500 nurses and midwives expired on 31st December 2024. What it means is that when a financial clearance is issued, you must necessarily migrate the health professionals onto the payroll before the expiration of the clearance or the financial clearance. So, if it expires, what it means is that there's no financial provision for these people. This is a fact. And so we had two options as government. Whether to let all the 13,500 nurses and midwives go home, whilst we look for the financial provision, we look for money. And issuing clearance is not just for issuing sake. Once you are issuing the clearance, you must be ready to pay them. And so the first option was to allow all of them to go home whilst we look at how we can get money to call them back. And so if you remember, it was a topical issue when we took office that we were going to sack some health professionals. So some of the associations even reacted to this. And the second option was to allow them to continue to work once we look at how we can get money to pay them. And I'm talking about 13,500 nurses and midwives. So as government, we chose the latter. Because we cannot allow the 13,500 people to go home and add on to the over 74,000 health professionals who have already been trained and they are at home. And to tell you the truth, I have never regretted that we chose the option of allowing them to work and finding ways to pay them. When we chose that option, we didn't go to sleep. This is what we have done. Out of the about 13,500, as I speak to you, about 7,000 out of the 13,500 are being paid. They are on the payroll and they are being paid. Here, let me further explain that in actual fact, those that we have succeeded in putting them on the payroll are about 10,000. Of the 10,000, 7,000 of them are being paid, and 3,000 though on the payroll, but they are not being paid. So you will hear situations like, yes, I am on the payroll, but I'm not being paid. That is why I'm giving you this explanation. So 7,000 are being paid. Ladies and gentlemen, issues of salaries and monuments, as a ministry, we must necessarily collaborate with the Ministry of Finance. We cannot do it alone. And so we had an outstanding of 6,500 nurses and midwives whilst we were taking steps to onboard all these people onto the payroll.
That was a press conference held earlier on today, of course, led by the Health Minister, Kobna Minta Kando, who is also Jawoso Member of Parliament. Now, the Minister of Health assured that all members of the coalition of unpaid nurses and midwives, as well as members of the Rotational Nurses and Midwives Association, will begin receiving salaries from November 2025. According to the minister, while it is no fault of the current administration that they are not being paid, Cabinet has also approved their salaries beginning November, assuring that measures are also being put in place to clear all outstanding arrears. And I hope that you probably got the breakdown of how the minister explained this, the current situation that we're faced with nurses who were employed in 2024 December or December 2024. When that happens, if you are a nurse and you were looking forward to taking salary, you should know that once you're taking on in 2024 December, you are not on the financial year. You're not benefiting from the financial year. The budgets that has been read, your budget is not on it. There's no money provision for you. And that's what government after government do to us. Because they probably want to, we use the term, do you in, you know? So they will pile on. So you realize that when this government came into office, it's removed a lot of people who were employed in December. I'm sure the government probably spared the health sector because it's a health sector, you know. So with the thousands of members that, or nurses and health personnel that were taking on, the government said, okay, we're not sacking you. We'll still keep you and find money for you. So some of you were working, I'm not sure the understanding that we were giving for the whole period, but you were working hoping that you'd be taking salary. But what I also think, by holding the ministry responsible, is that when you knew that you had workers working for you and you didn't have salary for them, then you shouldn't let them work at all. So it is not as though they are on, on the job, they are working, you can see, because they have managers, they have leaders, they all know that, we have people who are working. And you wake up in the morning, you go to work. I'm not sure how the reporting lines are effective. So if they were working and they never got salaries, then we don't have any excuse. I can understand the difficulty the government goes through when it comes to its budgeting, but it is unfair to still allow them to stay on to be working without pay. That said, let's get into those who are not working at all. Okay? They too. Oh, Jesus, I love this country. But we have Sandra Frimpong, who is president of Graduate Unemployed Nurses and Midwives Association. We also have Godfred Ompong. I don't know if I'm getting your name. Ompong, okay. He's also vice president, Graduate Unemployed Nurses and Midwives Association. First of all, President, when was this association formed?
It has been in existence for a very long time, but it became legally registered under Ghana's companies in the year 2024. Yeah.
You were legally registered in 2024?
Yes, please.
That's when you were legally registered?
Yes.
So that's when we will recognize that there was any association like that at all?
We were in existence, but they're not on paper. But now it's legally registered.
No, I can understand. Of course, there are a lot of professionals who are in existence. They are not on paper, so we don't recognize them. The moment you're on paper, then we see that, okay, you started operation in 2024. That's when you registered?
Yes, please.
Okay. What's your strength, your numerical strength?
We are over 60,000. Currently, we are around 7,400. 74,000, sorry.
You're about 74,000?
Yes, please.
Yeah, about 74,000.
Yeah.
Wow, that's a huge number. Anyway, I'll come to Vice President. How did you put your numbers together? How did you, consult? Did you go through the schools, your various medical schools, to get the numbers and find out who and who are not employed for you to form an association?
Be a member if you have been completed with your tertiary institution education. So you being out without being employed, you are a member automatically.
So it's an automatic?
Yeah, after then you come to join, because Ghana has it has become a country of you being employed after 2-3 years after making your education. So after completion of school, then you become a member automatically. But you can choose to go with the group or not to go with the group, but automatically you're a member.
I don't understand this automation of being a member of a group. I mean, because if you are a registered member of a group, you must have a card, you must have membership numbers. I mean, something to recognize that you are indeed a member of the group. Do you have a card showing that you are the president of the group?
Okay, so
has he the same as vice president of the group?
We had our numbers from the council because they have the right numbers of nurses who graduate per year. Currently, from 2021, I even hear there is a second batch of 2020 nurses who are still at home. So when we calculate from that time till date, we have quite a huge number of nurses who are currently unemployed and are at home. This is not to say that we are accepting the fact that we are unemployed and we are proud of it. But in as much as we are unemployed, we need people at the front line who be the advocates between the unemployed nurses and the ministry. Due to this, a group of people came together in the year 2019, and it was quite a backlog of nurses at home. So they decided this.
We've always had backlogs of nurses.
Yes.
I mean, and not to say that it's a good thing you're unemployed, but it's a good thing on the country to have professionals, that they will have a pool to always, draw from when we need help. But it doesn't mean that the public sector can employ everybody. I hope you have that understanding.
Yes.
You have that. Do we have that understanding?
We haven't accepted it as...
Why?
Because we won't say it is mandatory, but it is that after school, government is supposed to absorb us into the working sector.
Who said that?
It has always been in existence.
How? I don't understand.
There are lots of hospitals that need nurses and midwives.
I know that. I know there are hospitals that need facilities, that need personnel, that need doctors, nurses, and all that. I can understand. But who said that once you are out of school, government must employ you by all means?
Well, it's not a must, like I'm saying.
Then you're on the same page with me.
Yes. But then, as government is paying for school fees, I mean, there is money to pay for school fees, but there is no money to absorb nurses and midwives after school, it doesn't speak well of us as a country.
So, in the sense that government is giving allowances to nurses to at least go through school, and then after that, you're saying that government is now under obligation to employ you because they have paid for your school fees?
It has always been obligatory for them to employ our senior colleagues who are currently working. I don't think they had to go through this hardship that we are going through at the moment.
Who told you that? How do you know that?
Well, we heard stories about how some of them suffered before they got into the working space.
It has always been a challenge.
We saw the demonstrations, we saw the back and forth with government and all that. It doesn't speak well of us. But then, even if I am unemployed and then I want to go and work for myself whilst waiting for government to put me, the private sector is taking advantage of this. And then it's something like a cheap labor because we are in need of work. We are suffering.
Are you in the private sector now?
No.
You're not in it. But you're in uniform. I thought you were from work.
We are coming to TV. We have to come
as
well
professionals.
Represented. Yes. And then we are here as advocates for other 74 or around 74,000 others. So we can't wear anything and come and sit here. We can't come looking like our problems anyway. Yes, please.
Vice President. Yeah. But that's unfair. I mean, to be a mufti is not necessarily looking problematic.
Well, you can be a mufti and still be addressed in a different way, depending on the kind of mufti you are wearing.
Sandra, go for it. Do you have something to add to what she's saying?
Okay, actually, what I will add to
how long have you been at home for?
Okay.
You in particular.
I completed 2021, so we are going like the 4th year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You are going into your 4th year of being at home.
Yeah.
Both of you. So both of you completed in 2021. 2021. And you've not had any opportunity to work within the private sector?
No, please.
Have you applied before?
Yeah, I have. I kept applying, but many of them turned me down. And some of them, their salary, they are peanuts. Like they will pay you because of you being frustrated, being in the house, like feeding by your mom or your dad. So they are using that to be a media of paying you less than 500 Ghana. How much you even use to take?
Some of them offer less than 500 cedis. Oh wow!
Because you are in need of work.
So they sort of abuse opportunity.
Yeah.
So what was the last time you made a request to government to, for 4 years you've not been working?
Okay, actually, we keep on going to the Ministry of Health to know the way forward of our group.
The Ministry of Health?
Yes.
Do you get people to meet you?
Okay, actually, whenever we go there, Honorable Akando, he's doing, he making an effort to get financial clearance for us to be enrolled.
Mm-hmm.
But as of now, it has been the same old story. Each and every time we go there, we are on it. So we are hoping and we are pleading to the government that in as much we are not financially well as a country because we keep on hearing that Ghana is not having much money. But what I want to say to the government is that although government is not having money, we are pleading on President that he will do the magic to help us to even eat because for instance, she's being a female. She will be buying pad and everything. Is she supposed to go to her dad each and every time? It's not the way. But if you are supposed to, if you are working, she will get something to cater for herself. She can't always go to her dad to take money. Myself, for it, I can't always be going to my mom or something.
Let me ask you this personal question. How did you find your way here? How did you, transportation-wise?
Okay, I came here through my mom. She gave me money to come.
So your mom gave you money into the studio. Sandra, how about you?
My dad did.
That you were coming on air. So,
Yeah.
So both parents have been doing this almost all the time when you have to go anywhere.
Which is so sad.
So you don't have any means of, I don't know, revenue generation?
income.
Yes.
No, not at the moment.
Not for 4 years?
Yes.
Is that to say that,
Well,
I mean, let's face reality.
Yeah.
We're dealing with your colleagues who are even working, but zero. Why? Because you saw the explanation and how I actually even broke it down. There was no money provision made for them. And there's no way government can go out of its budget to cater for persons they have not included in the financial year. Do you appreciate?
Yeah.
So if I'm a professional, I'm looking at it from this angle, and I know that it is near impossibility. It means I have to do something,
Yeah.
right? But you've been able to come together at 74,000 more, right? And you call yourself unemployed professionals. You sure, is there anything or nothing you can actually do?
We have been trying. For instance, I'll use my life as an example. Just like my vice said, I've worked in so many places. It got to a time we had to do something like a part-time job. You hear of it and then you are rushing in for it. I have screened senior high school students with a company that was in relation, or shall I say in partnership with government. And then we went to the schools, we had to screen. Imagine screening a student for different vitals, only to be paid 1 Ghana cedi per student. How many schools would you have to screen the students, or how many students would you screen in a day to make even an amount that can buy you food, or an amount that can cater for your transportation? And it wasn't a work that once you are done, you are receiving your money. You have to bring proof that you actually went to the school to work before you will be paid. So now, there are people who haven't been paid, but they actually did the work. Just that they see that it's too much. The stress is too much. I voluntarily come out to do this work, of which I'm supposed to take some sort of incentive, but it's not coming. And I've been to places where they employ me, and once I start working, employers, some people would want to definitely take advantage of you because you're a lady. And they feel if you go, someone will come, because there are lots. Imagine 74,000 people at home.
It's always like that.
So they give you what they think they should give you. They don't even look at your certificate. They don't look at your qualifications and all that.
It doesn't work like that. I feel for you more because you're a woman, and I should feel for you because I'm a woman as well. So I appreciate you more. That's not to say that I'm underestimating you. Let me be a little biased. But I mean, how old are you now?
I'm 28.
You finished school at age 24, right?
Yes, please.
You're 28 now.
Yeah.
In 2 years, you'll be 30.
Definitely.
Waiting for government to employ you.
Yeah.
Think about the picture. How about you?
28.
You're also 28. The same picture, right? In 2 years, you'll be 30. Waiting for government employment. Are we going somewhere? Are we heading somewhere?
Yeah,
I want us to. I don't want to do this a question and answer session.
Yeah.
I just want to deal with you as professionals. We're having a chat. We're having a conversation. So let's think about it. Coming.
If you think of going into other skills as an employer, maybe I have this vocational thing I'm doing. If I want to employ you to come and even learn, you would have to pay. And this is the money we don't have. Not to say we are seated idle, but whatever it is that each and every nurse, unemployed nurse is doing at the moment, is not enough. Considering the fact that some are breadwinners, some are married with children, some are firstborns that have kid brothers and sisters, probably with no parents, and they are those supposed to go and hustle and come and take care of them.
Was nursing your first profession you really wanted to go into?
Yes.
Or you had other options?
Well, there will always be an option, but it takes your passion to get you to where you want to go.
So what were the other options you had?
I wanted to be a lawyer.
You wanted to be a lawyer?
Yeah.
So why didn't you read?
I still have those dreams. I can be a lawyer and still be a nurse. I mean, I can be a lawyer and still be a nurse because we have legal issues in nursing too.
Yeah, definitely. So why didn't you apply? It's been 4 years.
It still boils down to money. You have to pay your school fees. You have to fend for yourself whilst you're in school.
But you know, it's easy or easier to seek support from people when you have admission into schools and say, I have admission, I don't have money to pay. Please help me. Than you always begging for money to eat. And 4 years, you take money from me to eat. 4 years, take money from me to eat. I'll rather pay straight. You're reading law, I'll help you. You know that?
Yes, I get that point. So imagine I have a phone. I'm doing social media business. Or I want to go to
Online.
school. Let me use the school since you mentioned the school. I want to go to school. I write a letter to the ministry or to someone financially stable in my community to assist me. These days, no one wants to invest without returns. If you get your certificate, are you bringing it to him? Is it his name they are going to write on it? Some of them think about these things. Some even want to sit with you and then draft something like an agreement. I've come close to this. I seated here. I've been into a pageantry because it's boring sitting at home. I've been into a pageantry. I've tried my possible best to get something out of it. Of course, I did get something. But how many of us will get that opportunity? Even going into the pageantry, I had to buy a form. So imagine if I don't have that support you are talking about. I can go to school equally. But as a leader, I have to let people know that even if I have the means, I am here to serve other people like me. I'm an advocate. I can't come and sit here and talk about my achievements because not everybody is privileged like I am. You get it? Yes. So I'm here to advocate on behalf of all the unemployed nurses at home. We understand that government is going through financial hardships. Even when we went to have a meeting with the minister, he mentioned going into special trainings and all that. It all boils down to money. Yes.
Okay. Vice President, do you get a chance to renew your license? Because I know that almost every year, nurses are supposed to do refresher courses.
You are supposed to renew each and every year. And that boils back to money at my
And even with the renewal, you have to go through CPD training.
Yeah.
If you are not in an affiliate group, you can't do that training.
Where affiliate group means?
We have associations in the nursing fraternity. You should belong to one so that you pay dues for them to help you to renew it every year. So right now that we are unemployed and we are at home, we don't have any affiliation to any group. It's up to them to come out and say, fine, we want to do this for the unemployed people.
You are not in any affiliate group.
No.
Yeah, but if you are not practicing, what are you renewing?
Do you get it?
Yeah, makes sense.
We haven't used it. Yes, we have to renew it. And even now, the private hospitals who are employing us, they want to see your renewed PIN, not the one that is dormant.
Yeah.
And even if you are going into international bodies, they want someone who has experience. We are seated at home. We are losing our professional skills. Where do we get the skills or the upgrade to go into private sectors or even the diaspora? Did you understand? We are really suffering. It's not easy.
It's not easy everywhere. Vice P, I mean, what's the likelihood of or the possibility of maybe should you get employed today, or should government says, oh, okay, we have some clearance to do, we can employ more and get the opportunity, because you have not renewed, what are you going to do? Are you going to, and then also, are you going to renew your license with CPE?
The training.
And aside that, are you possibly going to get rusted and forget everything you've learned in school?
Actually, it can be because you have gone under training, and you are supposed to, and you learn on the job that you do. So
and new things keep coming. We are in the AI.
Sure. So you'll be home, a kick. So maybe you go to a department and they are using maybe some kind of machine, and you are not using the machine. So you'll be there a kick, and people will be even laughing at you that, oh, you are a kick now. So for the reason being that we being home, we are even. I would like to speak in Chi. Yeah, bon.
Yeah, bon.
Yeah, bon.
More bon.
Sure.
And since you are bon.
I'm boy. When I'm quite more, I'm able to match it. So we are being a cake and new things are coming on board. So we are planning that if there is a way out, and we know there could be a way out, because agitation and we are not resolving to agitation because we know that we have to be on the bargaining table and we work through the right authority.
I mean, because now that you're saying you're getting rusted, and I will bomb your bargaining chip now is very weak. For a government or any private institution to say, oh, I will employ you. How? Well, because they will also say, what's not for 4 years? You have certainly been rusted into Mayflower. I mean, I'm putting people's lives in danger.
Sure.
I mentioned it earlier. You see, I told you that nursing is dynamic. It changes over time. I, for one, if I'm home, I like reading, so I read a lot, at least to know what is happening in the nursing fraternity or on the ward. So not all of us, like I keep saying, not all of us are privileged to do that. Someone wakes up in the morning, the first thing he's thinking about is what maybe the kid sister or kid brother will eat. So right now we are talking about professional development. And this CPD has got to do with professional development. We have to go through that. If our ministry can at least give us the chance or sponsor some of these programs, we will be highly interested. Because being at home, I can't remember the last time I even put a cannula for someone, like set up a cannula for someone. Then I go into I'm employed, I come in. We are just thinking about it, that there should be a policy or something like a training that is sponsored by government. If it can't absorb us immediately, maybe a 1 year or 6 months practice prior to employment or prior to absorbing us, I think it will help us a lot. Yes.
Okay, that's the plea you're making to government.
Yes, please.
How are you? What do you want to add?
Okay, I would like to that we are pleading on the government to do a miracle for us to be employed, because we have been in the house for quite a long time and we are becoming a kick.
Oh, bomba. You want to say oh, bomba?
Yeah, bomba.
Right, P, you're very interesting. But thank you for coming into the studio. I think that we're having some talks with the health minister, so we definitely will put this one across and see if there's any possibility of absorbing, because you finished in 2024. I'm sure there's another backlog in 2025. Sorry, you finished in 2021. There's backlog 2022. There's backlog 2023. They are all in this.
Well, I would like to add something. Whenever we go to the minister, he keeps assuring us we have a huge number of frustrated, unemployed nurses at home. We are not saying the assurance is not enough, but then just imagine being unemployed. For my year group, I keep saying it because who feels it knows it better. The assurance is becoming something that they are getting bored of hearing. They want to see action. So even if Minister is able to help us get our financial clearance this year, and possibly our recruitment next year. We will be grateful and thankful for that, because ebinum wo animonyam, excuse me to use my local dialect, ebinum ewo animonyam, omoko baby, they'll be fortunate. What about the others that do not have that? Nobody can, not everybody can speak like the way I'm speaking. Who talks for him or her to get there? So we are still on our pleading agenda that he should come through for us. Thank you.
I get the point you want to
make. To add up to my I'm okay. I'll say that Honorable Wakando is doing tirelessly well for now, because each and every time you go to him, he will be like, oh, we are on it. So as we are thanking him for being an advocate for us, we are pleading to him that he should not stop what he is doing for us. We know what he is doing, he's on the right path though, but we are pleading he should do more so that we will be enrolled.
Okay, thank you. Thank you very much. I think we'll break here and then, send your plea and your request to Honorable Akando. Sandra Frimpong is President of Graduate Unemployed Nurses and Midwives Association. Also, Godfred Ompong is Vice President of the Graduate Unemployed Nurses and Midwives Association as well. When we come back, football. We'll be back shortly.
Manager. Of course, I accept only quality and affordable printed souvenirs for my promotional campaigns.
I'm the head of academic affairs of a very important institution in Ghana. Of course, we only deal with quality, reliable printing companies for our institution's printing materials. I'm talking about appointed time printing.
Appointed Time Printings. We take pride in our extensive print scope that transform your ideas into captivating visual masterpieces. We delve into the core objectives and